Hey everybody, welcome back to Horror Game History. So I'm going to attempt to play every horror video game in chronological order to the best of my ability. So I got game number 13 here, which is Kadath. Also sometimes called Eye of Kadath, at least the Commodore 64 version is. So it was released in 1979 on the Altair-8800. This is not the Altair-8800 version. This is the Sorcerer version, which is supposedly very, very close to the original version. For some reason, tracking down Altair 8800 stuff is not easy. And the Commodore 64 version, it seems like an abridged version of this game. So this one should be very faithful to the original here. I think this guy just basically took the original and put it on the Sorcerer system. So here we go, guys. So this one here, another thing, bring up the bottom left hand corner there. That is, normally I put the cover or box art. There wasn't really any for this game whatsoever, so I just threw in. That's the cover of the novel that this game, I believe, is loosely based on by H.P. Lovecraft. So I think this might also be the very first Cthulhu-based video game. So that's also pretty historic, I guess. So a lot of historic games when you're going through hard game history, I guess. So here we go. Let's get into it. The time, 10 years ago. Now this is a text adventure game, guys. So just so you know, at least in 1979, I guess text adventures were huge. So I've been playing a lot of text adventures lately. So eventually, as we get through the years, we're gonna start seeing, get to the survivor horror eventually, but right now we're in 79, so it's a lot of these type of games. And I understand that these are no longer popular these days. On an archaeological dig in Kashan, you uncover a tomb of unimaginable age. The seal is unbroken. After activating the ingenious mechanism of sliding weights and cunningly balanced and pivoted stones, the door grates open. The stench of centuries of stagnation hits you as air that was last breathed God knows when, and by God knows what rushes out. Inside is a solitary stone tablet inscribed with a writing so archaic as to predate mankind itself. The time, today. It has taken you 10 long years of arduous researching efforts. You have traveled to every odd and perverse region of the globe. You have haunted the dusty shelves of the most shunned sections of the world's most arcane libraries and universities. You have pored over grotesque worm-ridden volumes of the likes of the Asprechen Lichen, Colton, and the unspeakable Necronomicon to finally translate that cursed stone. There have been many times since you wished that you hadn't succeeded. After months of preparation and an extremely tiresome journey, you shiver in the cold night air that blows almost unnaturally across this dread Asian plateau that is your destination. You stand before a black and strangely foreboding doorway amid the chaotic ruins of that unfathomably that word's kind of hard to say. Unfathomably evil city of the Elder Ones, the dread Kadath, a city that died long before the birth of mankind. You and only you know the secret that will prevent the rise to power once again of a force so dark and evil that to dwell upon it will surely bring madness. I guess you're an archaeologist, I'm guessing, who this kind of reminding me of King Tut, opening his tomb, stuff like that. To prevent this unimaginable spawn of horror, you must enter the labyrinthian caverns, find the hidden and guarded Eye of Kadath, return the eye to its rightful place, invoke the elder powers, destroy the gate through which this unimaginable evil will gain dominion. All of these tasks must be accomplished before the dark star Hyneth is once again in conjunction with Arcturus, an event only 15 days away. Only if you accomplish this will mankind survive. Are you ready to enter? I actually, when I was starting up this game, I pressed no. It seems like it just makes you go in here anyway. We'll say yes. After devoting every waking moment of the past 10 years of your life to this project, dwelling within this nightmarish secret, making the laborious expedition to the shunned and foul plateau, and knowing that you are alone, knowing that you alone may prevent the most hideously evil event in human history from occurring only 15 days hence, you must enter. You will enter now. You move through the doorway with a strong feeling that you may never see the world of man again. Your worst fears are not of dying. Okay, brave one, press any key to start your greatest adventure. So already my first thoughts, I'm really digging this elaborate backstory. Most adventure games of this era didn't have this. You just kind of start you, without any of the story. So definitely this is a step in the right direction, I feel, for text-based adventure games. You find yourself in a dim antechamber with only one course of action possible. You descend the dark stone steps vanishing in front of you. You go down the steps slowly, your powerful lantern dimly lighting the glistening passageway before you. You seem to descend forever, when suddenly the steps end. You are in a long, downward-sloping corridor. After traveling about 100 meters, you enter a domed chamber. It is devoid of any furnishings. An odd series of carvings forms a narrow band around the perimeter. There are 4 other passageways leading from this room. Numbering them clockwise from the passage by which you entered, please indicate whether you wish to enter passage 1, 2, 3, or 4. So I guess, I think this game has a pentagon. I was reading about, I gotta do a little research before I play these games. This game has a pentagon shaped mapping system, I guess, which I guess is a little different than most adventure games of the time. So I'm not one to really map things out. I kind of try to memorize it, but we'll see how that goes. Typically, if I'm really struggling, we might start mapping stuff, and especially if we really like the game. But otherwise, I'm going to try to wing it and see see what happens. We'll take passage number 1. You enter a passageway with a very steep upward slope. The floor has an odd series of ridges which you suspect were not designed for the aid of human feet. Partway along, you notice a slight breeze filtering down the tunnel. After an hour or so of climbing, you emerge on a small balcony high on the cliffs, overlooking the ghastly city of Yagdig. From your knowledge of the Old One's writing, you deduce that this is a place of awesome power, one restricted to their high priests alone. A small and intricately, I think that's a typo right there, fashioned receptacle. Receptacle? I think that's supposed to be a receptacle. I think there's 2 typos on this line. Is built into the parapet. After some fumbling with the mechanism, you open it. Inside is a marvelously carved leather tube containing a scroll. Upon trying to remove the scroll, you discover... So this is a choose-your-own-adventure game. This is not a typical text adventure with inventory and pick up this. This is just like, just choose one. What do you want to do? 1, 2, or 3? Okay. Upon trying to remove the scroll, you discover, due to its extreme antiquity, it will surely crumble to dust moments after its removal. What do you do now? Put the scroll back where you found it and leave. Try to remove the scroll from its case. Take the scroll, skill in its case, back to the catacombs. Let's take it with us. Placing the scroll securely in your pack, you look out over the city once You look out over the city once. Then you again enter the mountain passage and make the difficult descent back to the domed room with the 4 other passages leading from it. Numbering them clockwise from the passage by which you entered, please indicate whether you wish to enter passage 1, 2, 3, or 4. 2. You have an uneasy feeling as you enter this passage. It is a particularly dank and cold passageway. And I'm gonna have to do a lot of reading here. I'm not. Let me let me take a sip of some drink here. Whew. I didn't know I was gonna be reading a damn novel. After your journey through the confusing twists and turns of the seemingly endless corridor, you arrive in a large chamber. Something is very wrong. The geometry of the room seems insanely twisted or warped in some undecipherable way. Curves and angles seem to do impossible things. It seems easier to look at things out of the corner of your vision than to look at them directly. At the far end of this eldritch hall, something catches the light of your lantern. You move closer. You stand in awe before the greatest work of art you have ever seen. Its concept is anything but intelligible to the Hammond brain. All right, that's supposed to be human to the human brain, but the artistry is unquestionable. It is a gigantic statue of some nightmarish being whose very grotesqueness causes you to gasp involuntarily. You pray that it is a figure from the infinitely twisted and warped imagination of some delirious artist and not a life study. The statue is fashioned from a smooth and glassy substance so black as to be the color of space itself. You falteringly translate some of the runes around the base of the monstrous thing to read. From death-spawned black star, great Kadath rises, lord of all. This kind of reminds me of the space jockey from Alien a little bit, the statue they're talking about. There's only one flaw in the entire gargantuan image, a roughened pentagonal hole, dead center of the cyclopean visage. It appears as if some object were once embedded there, but has long been pried out. You've been in the catacomb 1 day, so we only have 15 days. Okay, so I guess you only get 15 moves. After a time, you turn back to the door, through which, another typo. Maybe I shouldn't call out typos because, I mean, you know, that some guy wrote this, you know what I'm saying? Well, actually, this is ported, though, from one system to another. There shouldn't be typos, really, at this point, but okay. Where was I? Sorry, I went off on a typo. So, I mean, nobody likes someone that just keeps correcting things, you know what I'm saying? That's not cool. You entered this chamber of Kadath. You notice for the first time that there are, in fact, 2 identical doors barely 2 meters apart. Through which will you enter, the left or the right? Left? After moving through a very long and twisted corridor, you enter a large domed room. There are 4 more passages leading out. Numbering them clockwise, 1. Several meters into this passageway, you discover a caved-in area. Fortunately, you are able to squeeze through a space in the fallen blocks. You continue after a sharp upward grade. You continue after a sharp upward grade. The passageway levels off again, and you notice a strange greenish glow ahead, and can soon see without the aid of your lantern. You exit onto a small ledge on a cliff face many hundreds of meters above a huge black subterranean lake. The lake is contained within an enormous grotto whose walls glow with a green phosphorescence. Directly across from you can be seen 2 large caves behind a long rocky beach. Out in the lake is an oddly formed little island. You've been in the catacombs 1.5 days. Do you dive into the lake? Hell yeah, we dive into the lake. You plummet the several hundred meters from the ledge into the foul black waters of the lake. Crunch! A searing pain pierces your body. The lake is merely a meter deep, and you've broken your spine and are completely paralyzed. Tears roll down your cheeks as your head slowly sips beneath the surface of that cursed lake. You die. The game is over. Mankind is doomed. Wow, that is a really descriptive, that is a cool death right there. I like it as the tears roll down your cheeks as your head slowly slips beneath the surface. That is badass. That was pretty cool. What's up, Rooster? Rooster says, hell yeah, we're jumping in. Hot Cocoa 49, welcome. Please play Amanda the Adventure. I'm not sure what game that is. Is that another text adventure? All right. You have finished the game somewhat early. Don't feel bad. Kadath is difficult and at times frustrating. Here's a summary of how you did. You were in the catacombs 1.5 days. You had 13.5 days left. You had the scroll containing the chant to invoke the elder powers. Do you want another game? Yes. Oh, I'm supposed to say no. Ooh. Run? There we go. It's a very scary game, kind of. Huh. What is it an old game or is it a new game? Because on this I'm trying to do like a project here, I guess, or a theme for my channel where I'm going through every game sort of in chronological order. So if it's a horror game, I've got to play it at some point whenever it's depending on what year it is. So I may be playing it. Let's see. All right, let's start our adventure again. I'm not going to read this here. I'm not going to reread all this. I'm going to take the scroll again and go back. We went through number 2. Then we took the left. Up. Up. We were in 2. All right. Can dimly see another crumbled and a door. There must have been at one time a stone bridge connecting the ledges. What do you do? Oh, it's new. Okay, yeah, so it'll be a while before I play it then. It'll be a little bit. So right now I'm in 1979. So yeah, it'll be a while. But I started in 1972, so I think I'm quickly, but I think there's 3,000 horror games in front of it that I have to play, Hot Cocoa. Let's see. What do you do? A door there must have been at one time, a stone bridge connecting the ledges. Use your rope to I have a rope? Okay. Use your rope to descend and cross the sea of bones to the other ledge. Yes, let's do that. You climb down your rope into the cave and proceed to cross the sea of bones. About a third of the way across, you hear a strange grating noise accompanied by disturbances in the sea. Croosh. Amid flying and cracking bones, you stumble only to find your legs quickly seized by something. That's not good. Oh man, it scrolled up so fast. I couldn't read the top. Can I scroll up? No. Your last scream becomes a choked muffle as the slimy thing finds your mouth, enters it, and slithers slowly down your throat. Wow, this game is very descriptive on the death scenes. I really like that. With your last flash of consciousness, you realize the reason for the Sea of Bones. You finished the game early. No. Oh. I guess yes or it doesn't matter if you say yes or no. Do you want another game? All right, let's grab the scroll. Took it in the case. We should try to open the scroll just to see what happens. 2. Let's go to the left again. Go back the way we came. You have an uneasy feeling as you enter this passage. It is a particularly dank and cold passageway. After your journey through the confusing twists and turns of this seemingly endless corridor, you arrive in a large chamber. Something is very wrong. Wait, haven't I read this before? No, okay. The geometry of the room seems insanely twisted or warped in some undecipherable way. Curves and angles seem to do impossible things. It seems easier to look at things out of the corner of your vision than to look at them directly. At the far end of this eldritch hall, something catches the light of your lantern. No, wait, I've already read this before. All right, we need to take the right door this time. Let's take 3. You enter a badly damaged corridor. You spend quite some time clearing rubble and debris, only to have more take its place behind you after a time you come to a domed room with nothing in it. The room is decorated with 2 bands of odd carvings encircling the wall. 4 other passageways lead out. Yeah, we might need to map this here. Let's take number 1. A short curved tunnel leads you to a small room. In the center of this room is a stone cube with 2 objects on it. You've been in the catacomb 3 days. A beautifully formed glowing dagger, the handle of which was not designed for any human hand. A superb crystal sphere about 12 centimeters in diameter. You can only carry one of these objects with you. Which will it be? I'll take the dagger. You place it in your backpack. You must decide now whether to leave this chamber by the passage on the left or on the right. Left? 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 I guess we're going right. Right? Oh, I have to press 1 or 2, I think. 1? What the hell? I'm in an infinite loop. Uh-oh. Guess this ain't the right way, guys. The game is just stuck in an endless loop. What? What's going on? Here's what I know about loops from the last game. You have to find the door on the floor. Let's do option 3. Quit. Stop. Fuck you. All right. How do I restart this thing? Or button? C load? All right, we got to load the cassette tape, boys. Might take a hot minute. Yeah, the game just went in an infinite loop of death. Run. Yeah. All right, let's open the scroll and see what happens. Try to remove the scroll from its case. The scroll is extremely fragile. As you unroll it, you are able to decipher the phrase Kadath Cthulhu Riley. The scroll crumbles to dust. You again enter the mountain passage and make the difficult descent. Okay, so we don't have the scroll on us anymore, but we know what it says. Let's go in passage 4. Passage 4 just takes you back to where you... Yes? Looks like it just took you back around. You enter a long upward sloping corridor. After traveling perhaps 100 meters, you come to the base of a dark stairway. You seem to ascend forever. You finally exit into a dimly lit antechamber with only one other exit. You step through this door out onto that dread plateau at the same spot in Kadath where you originally entered. Are you ready to re-enter the catacombs? I said yes. After all these years of effort, the past 0 days of underground exploration, almost as if the answer, the sky seems to continue, will doom mankind. Can you still refuse to enter the catacombs? Yes. You gaze out over the forsaken city of Yadith, wondering what cruel blow fate could possibly deal you next. Glow with an unearthly light. A strange high-pitched whine permeates the air at the same time you grow conscious of a deep rumble slowly building. The sky is now flashing and pulsing with an insane version of Aurora Borealis. Suddenly, the entire plateau is washed in a blinding flash. Then crack! A bizarre form of ball lightning, you die. So if you refuse to go on the adventure, just a giant ball of lightning comes down and kills you. Nice. Nice. Why is the game not doing anything? Alright. You unfortunately destroyed the scroll. I like it. It kind of tells you if you did something good or bad. If your memory is good, or if you have a printer, you may remember the chant you need to invoke the Elder Powers. Do you want another game? Yes. Okay, so we're supposed to keep the scroll. Let's take 3. You move down a very short, tightly curved corridor and find yourself in a domed room. The room has an odd series of wall carvings forming 2 parallel bands. There are 4 more passageways leading out of the room, numbering them clockwise. 1. A short... Okay, so this is where the dagger is. Let's take the sphere this time. You place it in your backpack. You must decide whether to leave... Oh, this is where we got stuck, right? This is where we keep getting stuck. I can't... Oh, maybe I have to say... On the left. On, on the right. Oh my god, come on, game. What the fuck? Yeah, anytime we go into this room, we can't get out of it because it's some type of endless loop. Like, what is this shit? Some kind of bug? This game just effing bugged? Oh, maybe I need the big... Maybe I need caps. On the right. Right. R. Ooh! Big R worked. Big R got us out. Now, let's take a number 4. You move down a very short and tightly curved passage and find yourself in a domed room. Yep. This room has a strange series of carvings forming a band around the wall. There are 4 other passages. 4. You have an uneasy feeling as you enter this passage. Some of this stuff seems, just like it repeats here. Left or right? Let's go right. Hmm. Yeah, I think I need to map this because it's doing some weird thing where it's like numbering them clockwise. So it seems like the number of the passages are changing depending on which way I'm looking at them, which is confusing me. Right? 3? Yeah, I'm just getting so confused. Yeah, so you have to do capital L or capital R. Yeah, we're just I feel like I'm not going anywhere anymore now. All right, we're at the bridge. Oh, you just die if you try to cross it. You and only you know the secret that will prevent the rise of power once again. A force so dark and evil that to dwell upon it will surely bring mad. All right, I hate I suck at mapping these adventure games out. Like when it's grid based and you're on the squares, like those old RPGs, I think they're a lot easier to map. These are more like when you do like brainstorming and in school where you're doing the webs or whatever. That's what it feels like. Like I'm making a web. All right. All right, got the paper, I got the pencil. Let's see if we can do this. It says it has it says there's 4 ways to go. So we know one. It's got to go to the scroll. Man, let me get a regular ass piece of paper. All right, boys. Let's do this. This is the start, right? And there's 4 passages. This is 1. Scroll. What happens if we do 1 again? You travel down a short tunnel with a right angle bend to the left. You find yourself in a large dome with 4 other passages leading from it. One. Yeah, I'm just not understanding how this game is set up. I just don't understand the clockwise passages 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let me look at a map of this game just so I can see how I'm supposed to start the map, because I'm just confused. It's the clockwise part that's confusing me. I know this game maps differently than other ones. Ah, so it's a pentagram. It's a pentagon, but you don't use the points. That's what's confusing me. You use the sides. Ah, okay. All right. I think I understand now. Okay. Let me erase what I drew. Sign of the devil. I'm not good at drawing pentagons. It's just a square with a steeple on it, right? Start. Wait a minute. Wait, what the? Let me look at this again. Oh no. Problem is I don't know what a pentagon looks like now. Okay. Now I have it. Okay, all right. Got to be smart, guys. You can't be me and play these kind of games. Okay, I got to restart everything here. All right, I'm just going to die here. Here we go. Oh, it tells us here what we're supposed to be doing. Just so let me read this again just so we know to be sure. Find the Labyrinthian's caverns. Find the hidden and guarded eye. Return the eye to its rightful place. Invoke the elder powers. Destroy the gate. And I think when we destroy the gate is when we have to use the scroll. So we need to find the eye, and there's that one place where it says, "Hey, something has been removed." I'm pretty sure we don't have to backtrack there and put the eye in. All right, so this is number 1. So this is the scroll. All right, 2. Where does 2 go? 2 goes to a room where it's left and right. Goes to a room of 2 doors. Let's go left. So this goes into another. Another hat. Let's see. This is a large domed room. Large dome. We'll take the 1. So if you take the 1, this goes to the lake. So we don't want to go to the lake. We'll go back. Let's take 2. We get another. This map actually looks cool when you start mapping it out. So this goes to the room with the dagger. Dagger / sphere room. Which one do you think is better, guys? The sphere or the dagger? We don't know what either of them do. I'm just going to take the sphere. I don't understand why now we can only leave in 2 ways. So you can't go back from here? Let's take the left. Take the 1. You move along this tunnel, you begin to notice a marked difference. The carved stone blocks that made up the walls have given way to solid slate. You notice a gradual rise in the temperature. Later, you become aware of an oddish greenish glow ahead. You finally emerge from the mouth of a cave onto the beach. The rank waters of a large black underground lake stretch back to empty through 2 large gashes in the back wall of the grotto. This wall rises hundreds of meters in a series of cliffs. The whole scene is illuminated by green phosphorescence given off by the walls of the place. High up the cliff face, you can see a small ledge with a blackened doorway behind it. Out in the lake, you can see an oddly formed little island. To your right, down the end off the rocky beach, is another cave mouth. Just in front of this cave is a crude timber raft. Which interests you more? We took this. This one goes here. So this goes to the cave or the raft. Let's take the cave. After entering the cave mouth, you find yourself in a very well-traveled corridor. As you move along, it starts to narrow alarmingly until it's barely wide enough to pass through. It is wider at its base than the ceiling. As you travel along this very narrow corridor, you notice an increasingly unpleasant odor. After a time, you find yourself standing on a crumbling ledge overlooking a cave full of white bones of all manner and description, coming from various points on the surface are wraithful puffs of foul-smelling, oily mist. Almost directly across the cave, you can dimly see another crumbled, and a door there must have been at one time. A stone bridge connecting the ledges. So this goes back to the lake. So let's go back. You travel back along the same narrow, well-traveled corridor until you exit from the cave mouth back onto the rocky beach. You test the raft and find it to be just barely seaworthy, but seaworthy nonetheless. What is your destination? So this is they're making us take the raft now. So the raft has 3 options. Island, right and left. Let's go to the island. You pull across the lake to an oddly formed little island. The lake is only about a meter deep and consists of extremely black, sluggish water. You beach your raft and explore on foot. It's kind of weird that we can use the raft because I was pretty sure that the raft, as soon as we were going to get on it, was going to capsize and kill us. I guess not. And you explore on foot. It is a small, irregular island of obviously volcanic origin. Placed in a perfectly shaped indentation in the top of a large, well-worn stone, you find a ceremonial conch shell crafted in pure gold. You blow into the end, but instead of the expected horn-like blast, nothing. Suddenly, a huge crystal stalactite cracks free from the grotto ceiling and plunges you into a lake a few meters from where you stand. What do you do now? So do we take the conch shell or replace it? I say we take it. Let's take the left-hand opening. You pull across the lake towards the left-hand fissure in the base of the cliff. As you enter, you are struck by the awesome beauty of the strange multicolored crystalline rock formations that line the craggy tunnel you are negotiating. After several hundred meters and many twists and turns, you notice the channel starting to narrow rapidly. Shortly, the raft can go no further. The tunnel stretches ahead of you as far as your lantern will illuminate, but remains only about a meter in width. What do you do? Leave the raft. Okay. Let's leave the raft. You slip off the raft into a thick black water and proceed to wade cautiously down a tunnel. After several more bends, you pause at a fork in the tunnel. What do you do? Let's go left. After a few meters, you stumble. While stumbling around to discover your balance in the foul water, you lose your lantern and are plunged into darkness. While pausing to compose yourself and to try and regain your bearings, you hear an odd slurping sound. You could swear something brushed your leg underwater. There it is again. Now you definitely feel something moving across your leg. You jerk your leg away and start moving forward as rapidly as the sluggish waters enable you to. Yep, we died. I knew it. As soon as the monster was in the water, I knew we were effed. Death. Suddenly, your leg is riveted to the spot, and you plunge headlong into the brackish waters. You struggle frantically to keep your head above the surface as an ever-tightening something relentlessly drags you by the foot. Suddenly, your free leg is also seized. You topple helplessly backwards. As an unspeakable... What? What? I didn't get to read it. Perhaps drowning is infinitely preferable to what your captor may have had in store for you. You die. Don't feel bad. I like it the game tells you don't feel bad. You obtain the means to destroy the gate, although it is conceivable that you are unaware of this. Ah, so the conch shell can destroy the gate. So this is a very important item. The scroll is important. Yes. Yes, yes. All right, let's take the scroll. Let's go right. We never went right. This goes to another... Why can't I draw pentagons? What's wrong with me? Let's take one. Goes to another pentagon. Take one again. This somehow went to the dagger and sphere. I'll take the sphere. Oh, maybe the sphere was the object to destroy to close the gate. Let's go right. We didn't go right. To another one. Yeah, I might need to start labeling these rooms because these might be connecting to other rooms. Yeah, I need to start labeling these things better. Man, I am just not enjoying these maps. They're very confusing. I'm already getting confused by I'm just not experienced at mapping these yet, even though you would think it can't be that effing hard. It is when you're a moron. One again. Back at the left and the right. Yeah, now we're in the large dome. Let's take the 3 in the large dome. So 3 goes to the damaged corridor. I think we should go left. Yeah, we need to head left here. One goes to the beach. Yep. Let's go to the cave. I'll do that. Go to the island. Take the shell. You never went right. You enter the fissure and move down a very long and twisted tunnel. In places, the walls are shored up with massive stone blocks and buttresses. Eventually, the tunnel enlarges in a small open area. There is a stone pier against one wall. The waterway continues through a large stone arc in front of you. You have 10.25 days left. You still need the eye. You still have a reasonable amount of time left, but you'd better get with it. What now? If you go right, gives you the option of raft. Oh. Gives you the foot or archway. Let's go foot. You climb up a set of well-worn stone steps onto the pier. At the far end, amid a tangle of debris, you find a small door. A crude attempt has been made to seal it with debris. A rough sign has been posted across it. The sign is written in a much more recent and decadent version of the Elder Script. You translate it as, "Let known Shagath den beyond." Do you proceed? Take the raft. See what happens if we proceed. I'm pretty sure we're going to die. You clear the debris and start down a very narrow, downward sloping corridor. After several hundred meters, you pause and listen. You hear an odd, soft musical piping. Covering a very wide range, you continue. The passage levels off and the sound is much louder now. Ahead, you can see a dim glow. You move very cautiously now. After rounding a bend, you see the end of the tunnel illuminated by an eerie glow. You switch off your lantern. You creep forward to the doorway. You are looking down from a crumbling ledge that was once the top of a flight of stone steps. You gaze out over the large room with several other passages leading from it. Against one wall is a strangely crafted stone block. Resting on the block is a pentagon-shaped green gem of exquisite size and beauty. You get a definite feeling of an old and infinite power rating from it. The piping sound is very loud here. Loud spelled L-U-O-D. Suddenly, from almost directly before you, something enters the room. Something is a fitting description. This is the stuff nightmares are made of. The thing appears to be an amorphous blob some 5 meters across. As the unwholesome thing oozes further into the room, its full slimy black form is at last visible to you. Shapeless groups of protoplasmic bubbles appear at random over its ghastly, pulsing shape. Myriads of temporary eyes form and unform as this unholy, abysmal shape slithers across the room. It becomes abundantly clear that you would be insane to face a creature of this nature without a weapon. Ah, we need the dagger. You move hastily back through the corridor and onto the pier. You pull the raft back. Let's go through the archway. Wait, I thought we're trying to take the right. What? You emerge into a domed room. I should call this room double band. Dive into the lake. No. Let's take the dagger. Should be on the beach. Yep. Take the raft. Need to take the right. Used up a lot of time. You better hurry. Continue on foot. All right, we have the dagger. See if we can kill this thing now. Aha! The dagger is glowing very brightly now and is vibrating savagely in your hand. Suddenly, you're spotted. A massive glowing eyes form on the near side of the thing. It oozes swiftly in your direction. A slit forms in its side and widens. Then an unearthly sound issues from it that is engraved onto your memory forever. Tikeli Lee. Tikeli Lee. I'm not pretty sure that's not what it said, but okay. On an... I'm pretty sure it sounded much different than my interpretation. On an impulse, you hurl the writhing dagger into the midst of the amorphous beast. Silence. You stare at the sickening, slimy mass of primordial ooze that is all that remains of the perverse creature. Marveling at the power of that old dagger, you descend into the room with the aid of a rope from your backpack. Do you retrieve the dagger and leave? Take the green gem, leaving the dagger. I'm going to take the green gem. Leave the same way. Let's go to the left-hand fissure. Leave the raft. Now we need to go right at this point here. Oh, you just die on either one of them. Wow. So you die. If you get off the raft, you die no matter what. So the left-hand fissure is just death. Okay. It's taking a minute to load here, I think. Here's a summary of how you did. It didn't tell us anything. Oh. You had the scroll. You went far enough into the maze of the tunnels to fight Kadath and win. This, of course, required the presence of mind to get the dagger. I like how it kind of gives you really good feedback on how you're doing. It looks like we were doing really good. All right, so let's grab the scroll. Oh, I think we're supposed to do 2 here. Take the dagger. Gonna go left, left. Gotta use L. 1, we're at the beach. Let's go to the cave, grab the shell. Want to go to the right hand opening. Let's go on. Kill the creature. I was trying to leave by one of the other passages. Try 1. Let's go back to the rocky beach. Want to try the right hand cave. You have the Eye of Kadath. Oh, the gem is the Eye of Kadath. In your possession, you must now restore it to its rightful place. Well, it's the gem. Green gem. Which is the conch shell? Your fumbling presence here has disturbed the delicate forces that control the gate. You stop suddenly as you notice an odd vibration. A low rumbling sound is being transmitted by the very rock itself. The tremors, as of a mighty earthquake, grow with every second. A corridor collapses behind you. As you are gasping and choking on dust, you hear another more disturbing sound. Muffled sound, a chant made by no human throat. A chant growing stronger and stronger and stronger. I'm not even going to attempt this chant. Something something Cthulhu, cause something Kadath Cthulhu. And I bet somebody could do it justice. I can't. You now know it's too late. You should have placed the Eye of Error. I tried to. I didn't know what it was called. Bullshit. We did so good. I felt we were at the end of the game there. All we had to do was put the gem in and then type in the instructions from the scroll. We went the wrong way here. I'm not reading the map. That's I'm being an idiot. Right, let's take the dagger. Left. 1. It's the beach. Cave. Back. What's on the island? We need to go to the island. Right. I need to pay attention to what the gem's called here. Green gem. That's what I said it was, wasn't it? Oh, maybe. Oh, we need to grab this. We need to put the dagger back and grab the sphere, probably. Mmm. Have the Eye of Kadath in your possession. You must now restore it to its rightful place. Rooster says, I am just so damn lost. I wish you could just take the dagger and the sphere. Yeah. It says I have it in my possession, so I have to place it in this pedestal here. Didn't I say green gem before? Oh, no, no, no. Try again. The only other thing I have is conch shell. Dagger? I don't even have the dagger. God damn it. You should have placed the eye. Oh, shit. Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure it's the green gem is the damn thing we need. We'll eventually get to the right room. Let's take the dagger. Oh, you got to type L right there. At the beach. Need to take the raft here. Maybe you just say shell. You find a ceremonial conch shell crafted in pure gold. Right. All right, let's kill the beast. Pentagon-shaped green gem. It's definitely the eye. All right, here's the part where we always die. Maybe I need to look up exactly what I'm supposed to put in here. You have the Eye of Kadath and must restore it to its rightful place, which is the... Is it what? A hole? It appears as if some object were once embedded there and has long pried out. Yeah, we have to put the gem there. Let me see what I just think this is. I think we already know the answer. We just got to figure out. Like, I don't feel like dying and then doing wasting another 5 minutes getting back here. Let's see what exactly we're supposed to type. Maybe it's like place gem or something, you know, something like that, or a verb it's looking for. Cheat to win, boys. Da, 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 Someone's got a nice walkthrough here. You're supposed to type hole. What? What? So yeah, I was thinking that. Okay, so it wants to know where to put the gem, not what the eye is. Good, good. Now hurry. Where will you find the chant to invoke the elder power? So yeah, I had thought a hole was my guess. We should have went with it. You get three chances. I should have took 2 of them up. All right, scroll. You remove the scroll from its case and carefully unroll it. It's extremely fragile. Chant the phrase now. Yes. Oh, I fucked it up. I didn't. That's the wrong mark. Can't go back either, can you? Oh, how do you delete? How do you go back? No. Hold on, boys. I think there's a button here for this. Character keyboard map? What is this thing? How do I backspace? Oh. Oh, it's working. Woo, there's a button that I have that allows the keyboard to act properly. Aha. See, because the keyboard of the old computer is not the same as a modern keyboard. That's why I have to press a certain button to use the correct keys. Ooh, we got lucky there. Hold on. What? I typed it exactly, you motherfuckers. Extra ignored. What? I did it right. Kadath, Cthulhu, right? Everything. I think it's because I was, there's extra maybe, motherfuck, maybe it's, hold on, I'm gonna look at the fuckers. What did we do wrong? I typed it. I did it. I swear. Just like in Army of Darkness where he's like, I swear I said the words right. I did. Maybe I didn't say every syllable. Oh my god. All right, game. What is your problem here? What is the deal? We did it right. We did it right, mofo. Yeah, I don't know. I did it exactly how it's supposed to be done. Huh. It must not have liked something I did in there. Maybe we should have the keyboard on at all times. The special keys. Maybe like backspacing and stuff. I didn't like that. All right, I have the special characters on, so. All right. Let's roll through this here. So 2 left, 2 1. No, that ain't mapped correctly. Take the dagger, left. The beach. All right, let's kill the monster. You have the eye in your possession. Mouse restore it to its rightful place, which is the roughened pentagon hole. The hole, baby. Scroll. Woo! It worked that time. I did it exactly the same. You can't backspace or delete or do anything like that, or otherwise it can't handle it. The statue seems to glow with a strange, flickering light. Do you sense an odd vibration? The glow is increasing. You must now destroy the cosmic gate by cracking the eye of Kadath. The only thing we have on us is the conch shell. Excellent. The blue glow now fills the room. Trembling, you raise the golden conch to your lips and blow. The blue glow rises and engulfs the statue and room and you. You blow long and hard into the conch. Crack. Silence. Darkness. You switch on your lantern to see the green jeweled eye of Kadath lying in 5 parts on the floor in front of the statue. You have destroyed the gate and saved mankind from doom. Congratulations, you successfully completed the game. Do you want another game? So actually, this was pretty cool game here. Yeah, that's Kadath, guys, from 1979. Pretty cool game. Pretty impressive for the first Cthulhu-based or H.P. Lovecraft-based game. Pretty nice. This one had straight... Brewster says you're kind of a hero. I'm kind of a big deal, guys. I'm kind of a big deal around here. But no, this game, I lost my train of thought now. This game, I would say it had logical puzzles. I wasn't saying like that makes no sense like I was in the other ones. Like I was like, it doesn't make, where things were making sense, like I knew what the only problem was you may have a problem where it's like, what you want to do, but you just don't know what word the game wants because it wants a very specific, like, like I knew I had to put the gem into the slot, but what did it, what was it asking for was a little confusing. Um, it was pretty cool. I mean, I'm not saying I don't think I would recommend this to anybody, but was it cool? Yeah, Unless you're into these old type of games, obviously, I don't think I could, to somebody from this era, you know what I'm saying? I don't think you could recommend any of these old games. Now, well, maybe that Haunt one I really liked. I would recommend that one. But this was a pretty cool short adventure. Some interesting mapping. I think I learned how to map a lot better this time around because once I started mapping, we started having success. Because before it was like, what's happening? And I had to learn how to actually map it. So, even though I don't think my map is anywhere near correct, It was good enough to where I could follow what the hell to do. So, it looks pretty Frankenstein over there. I'm not going to lie, the map. But anyway, guys, that's Kadath. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out. It's gonna be more adventure games, guys, because 1979, that's the year of the adventure, that text adventure. So peace out, guys.